There are places out there you can't find on any map. They're not gone. They're just lost.
What have I been playing lately? The Last of Us 1 and 2 was something that I really, really enjoyed. On set, sometimes those games can be a little too intense when you're shooting, so things like Fall Guys has been a big game, especially on Uncharted. My 2 stunt doubles would come into the trailer and we'd sit down and all take it in turns to play Fall Guys, and I'm very sad in saying that we never won. We got to the final so many times and we never won.
It's hard.
I'm actually really excited for this Harry Potter game that's coming out. That game looks amazing.
So you've mentioned that the cargo plane scene was one of the hardest action sequences you've ever made. Can you talk about some of the other memorable moments you had while bringing these action sequences to life?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what I loved so much about this film was the way we made it was very old school. You know, it was very true to the Indiana Joneses, that, you know, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom. We built these sets practically and performed stunts practically in them, you know, which is not something that's done very much anymore. You know, with the Spider-Man films, we're doing stunts just in front of a blue screen, whereas on this film, we actually had built the sets. You know, the sequence in the well where Chloe and I are drowning was really, really impressive. The tank was like 3 containers high, and then they built a set and they could drop it into the water, simulating that the water was rising. That was really impressive. The ships themselves, they were on a gimbal and they could like rock back and forwards to kind of simulate the idea that we were flying. That was incredible. And then the bar fight. I love the bar fight. It's one of my favorite fights I've ever got the chance to do. It was very inventive and it was nice fighting to music. I really enjoyed that.
So you said that you felt too focused on looking cool during your work on this. What elements of the character would you like to focus on in future installments?
I'm not too sure. What I've been saying is that, you know, I really have a similar sort of take on the future as my boss, Tom Rothman. You know, he's the head of our studio and he really is of the mentality of let's focus on the task at hand, which is Uncharted. Let's get this first film out there. Let's make it as successful and as accessible to the world. And, you know, depending on their enthusiasm, we can then start thinking about what we would do in the future.
So did Nolan North give you any advice while he was on set?
He didn't need to give me any advice because he did such a wonderful job in the games. You know, in preparation for shooting this film, I went back and played the games again, and I got everything I needed to. But what he did give me, which was incredibly helpful, was his vote of confidence. He, you know, really expressed how he believed in me taking on this character and bringing it to life. So I'm delighted that he was as kind and as gracious as he was, and it's been a lot of fun getting to know him.
Let's find some parachutes.
What?
Unless you know a better way to jump out of a plane.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry!